Special thing to be here tonight to celebrate Jeff and Janet's 30th anniversary, particularly in this room, which is very close to the one across the way here. We've actually had the reception. Let's say hello to Uncle Keith and Auntie Linda, and to Mike Lynch for being here tonight. It's wonderful that they're here. I look around and I find comfort in recognising a lot of faces here, which is really, really good. There's 4 faces here, of course, I don't recognise from the wedding 30 years ago. And that's Belinda, Michael, James and John Paul. Part of their greatest achievements, of course, for Janet and Jeff. Very, very proud. Feeling of the room and the feeling of the night, really though, aside from who's invited to that wedding that many years ago, is that I think everyone that Jeff and Janet want to have here is here, absolutely everyone. Be that in body or spirit, or in the very, very fondest of memories. They're all here for you guys tonight. Jeff and Janet and I have been best. Jeff and I have been friends for years and years and years. Janet less so. In terms of time. I've tried to remember what I actually said at my speech a long time ago. Danny mentioned that he can't remember what happened yesterday. I'm a little bit the same. I remember on the night I actually had a big pause somewhere along the line, I can't remember. But it's, I struggled to remember exactly what went down, but I'll try and recap. I have got things written down here, which I did in a couple of days ago. I had to read it before and it's a bit rubbish really. So I'll probably just reference it, but if I get worse, then I'll go to the rubbish one. I remember saying at the time that I'd known Jeff all my life. I'm 1 year younger than Jeff. What that means now though, 30 years later of course, is that it occurred to me that Jeff has actually spent more of his life married to Janet than not. I think that's a great thing. I've known Jeff, as I say, all my life, and one of his. And I can categorically say that he went from being a good man to a great man as a Janet. And long may that continue. I remember reflecting on Jeff's friendship with me. As I say, we were little cousins running around in Kilburn and Roxburgh. To those not in the family, that's the family home of my good woman Pyro, our grandparents in Wellington, and the Port clan. And we've got evidence of that still, that resonates, continues to resonate. I followed Jeff around at that time, being Skinky younger cousin. I followed him to California Seeds, which is a kid's shop in Lambton Key, 350, is that right? Yeah. And then I followed him to Garden Centre at Miramar. And then I followed him to Victoria University, did medical intermediate then, both got lucky and got in. I followed him down to Otago University. He came back up to Wellington Clinical School. I took over his flat down there at the time. So it really was a dumb deal, really. So I came back to Wellington Clinical School, and then we did the hospital thing, and then we ended up going into general practice here, into Koori, to Johnsonville at the time. Mind you, that was probably us following my dad's footsteps, I think, a little bit. But what I'm trying to say is that I follow Jeff everywhere, and that kind of hasn't changed really. I remember joking at the time at the wedding that everything that we've done, I've done 1 year later, so maybe I'd get married 1 year later at that last wedding. And funnily enough, I did get married 1 year later. That's a whole other story in itself. I remember recalling the day and telling you that the first time Jeff told me about Janet, I think he kept it fairly secret. And Richard Cooks was telling me that he actually really did keep it secret, even from his flatmates at the time. Is that right, Richard?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think, so I was over in Sydney for some darn reason, which I can't remember, that same remembering thing. But yeah, I've never seen him so excited, and that's just amazing that in the 30 years on, I mean, he knew he was onto something good. For 30 years, he didn't realise it was going to be that good. I'm sure you all know the story about how they met. You can call it chance or karma. You know that story, right?
No.
Well, I'm thinking that this story It rolled around in Jeff and Janet's minds a million times in the last 3 days. And it would have peaked and it would have been just in there. So I reckon the best place to hear this from is from them. So feel free, guys, go get them. It's going to be hot on your minds right now for sure. Halfway. Since then, Jeff and Janet, their relationship's grown, of course. They've travelled the world together, came back to New Zealand. I think we were at Percy's wedding. No, we can't, right? Percy's birthday?
80th?
Somewhere, yeah. And Jeff comes in, Janet comes in. It's really, really good. And it's achieved a lot over there. Jeff came back with a moustache. That's cool. They came back, they settled in Wellington. Jeff got into Karori, and of course he's risen to the top in that regard. They settled in Karori and raised their family. We're all here tonight, which is great. I tried to recall whether I shared any anecdotes, and I don't think I did. That could either mean because I didn't, or it went really, really badly and I topped it out. But the thing is, I'm not going to share any anecdotes today, guys. Now the reason for that is that Jeff and I go way, way back. And there's so many things that we've done. I think Jeff's family might relate to this. I know my kids, sometimes I see me Jeff just laughing away in hysterics. And the kids will say, "Oh, what are you laughing about?" And I look at Jeff and go, "No idea. No idea whatsoever." That's the relationship I've got with this boy. It's just, there's so many things that we've done, so many things to look forward to, and we just don't know where it comes from either. I'm just so lucky to have him as a friend, mate. The other thing about anecdotes, again, a bit like the story of the wedding, the meeting, etc., is that we all know Jeff and Janet in different ways, special ways at that, though. Things that we all share, though, that we know that Jeff and Janet are the consummate team. It's very, very hard to think of one without the other. They're just a brilliant team. And the way they've raised their kids, just fantastic to give them the same morals, same ethics, unfortunately the same sense of humour, but it's all good. We all understand each other. So as we stand here and enjoy, and they're celebrating 30 years of marriage, we are celebrating at least 30 years of great kinship and friendship with Jeff and Janet. That's why we're here. When Jeff texted me, Jeff knows I hate public speaking, so he texted me and he's very kind, and he says, "Would you mind speaking at the same?" Yeah, fine. And the little thing next to it, it doesn't have to be long. I read it as he's looking out for me. Little cousin, it doesn't need to be too long, you don't need to get too embarrassed. Or it could mean, don't grab it on. I'm going to go for the first one. But I've got a brief to be brief, so I will be. But I'd like to leave you with just this final little thought. For me, and Cynthia actually as well, we believe one of the secrets to a happy and meaningful life is to have the good fortune, the presence of mind, to forge friendships with people who bring out the best in you. It's something we tell our kids all the time. That you've got a good friend who bring out the best in you. If it's not happening, it's not a friendship. So therefore, I truly believe that it's a wonderful thing when such a friendship results in the dedication and commitment that forms a marriage of such fun and vitality as Jeff and Janet's. That's what we're celebrating tonight. In terms of my cousin Jeff, it's a really, really weird thing as well. As I say, I've known him all my life. I've known him 57 years of his 58 years. And it'd been fun-filled, action-packed, mistakes that drift everywhere, learnings and things. But the one thing that we have most in common is that we have both had the good fortune to have met our best friends, have them accept us, have them mould us, and have them marry us, not necessarily in that order, to allow us to become the very best husbands, fathers, and friends that we could possibly be. And for this, I join with Jeff in our gratitude to them both. Do we do toast things? Not doing toast things.
Yeah, okay.
I very rarely get the chance to toast. Do you raise your glasses? No. It's, I would rather than toast what we're supposed to be here for, according to the invitation, the last 30 years of their marriage, I would like to raise a toast and celebrate the first 30 years of their marriage, and have it that you all join me, I'm sure, in wishing them all the best for the next 30 years and beyond. Chief and General.